Welcome, everyone. Today, you're not just watching a story, you're about to experience a journey from a small garage to a global empire. So stay with me, because this story might just change the way you think about success forever. From garage to global empire, a USA-style company growth story. Chapter 1. The Humble Beginning. In the heart of a quiet American suburb, where dreams often feel bigger than reality, a young entrepreneur named Alex Carter sat in a small, cluttered garage. The walls were lined with old tools, wires, and a second-hand computer that had seen better days. But inside that garage, something powerful was being born. A vision. Alex didn't come from wealth. There were no investors waiting, no connections in high places. What Alex had was something far more valuable. An idea and relentless determination. The idea was simple yet powerful: to create a digital platform that would help small businesses reach customers more efficiently. At the time, large corporations dominated the market, leaving little room for small players to grow. Alex saw an opportunity in that gap. With just $500 in savings, Alex started building the first version of the platform. Nights turned into mornings, and weekends disappeared into lines of code. Failure was constant. Systems crashed, designs failed, and doubt crept in. But quitting was never an option. Chapter 2. The First Breakthrough. After months of struggle, the first version of the product was ready. It wasn't perfect. In fact, it was far from it. But it worked. Alex approached local businesses, offering them free trials. Most rejected the offer. Some didn't even respond. But a small bakery decided to give it a chance. Within weeks, that bakery saw a noticeable increase in customers. Word began to spread. Slowly but surely, more small businesses started signing up. This was the first breakthrough. It wasn't about making money yet. It was about proving that the idea worked. Chapter 3. Facing failure head-on. In fact, the company nearly collapsed multiple times. There were moments when the server crashed during peak usage. Customers complained about bugs. Funds ran dangerously low. At one point, Alex had to choose between paying rent or keeping the servers running. Alex chose the servers. Why? Because Alex believed that short-term sacrifice leads to long-term success. This is a common theme in many successful American companies. Resilience in the face of failure. Chapter 4. Building the First Team. As the platform grew, Alex realized something important. You can't build a great company alone. The first hire was a college friend, Sarah, a talented designer. She worked not for a high salary, but for belief in the vision. Soon after, a developer joined. A marketing expert came on board. A customer support representative was hired. This small team worked like a family. They argued, brainstormed, failed, and succeeded together. Chapter 5. The Investment Turning Point. After gaining some traction, Alex decided to pitch to investors. The first 10 pitches failed. Investors said, "The idea is too risky. The market is too competitive. You don't have enough experience." But Alex didn't stop. On the 11th pitch, something changed. One investor saw potential, not just in the idea, but in Alex's passion. The company received its first funding, $100,000. This was a turning point. Chapter 6. Scaling the Business. With funding secured, the company began to scale. Key steps included improving the product, expanding the team, launching marketing campaigns. The platform became more user-friendly, faster, and reliable. Customer numbers grew from dozens to hundreds, then thousands. The company moved out of the garage into a small office. It was no longer just a dream. It was becoming a real business. Chapter 7. Competing with Giants. As the company grew, it caught the attention of larger competitors. Big corporations tried to copy the idea, undercut pricing, outspend in marketing. But Alex's company had one advantage: They understood small businesses better than anyone else. Instead of competing directly, they focused on personalized service, strong customer relationships, continuous innovation. This strategy helped them survive and grow. Chapter 8. The Breakout Moment. Every great company has a moment when everything changes. For Alex's company, it came when a major media outlet featured their story. Overnight, website traffic exploded. New customers flooded in, investors showed renewed interest, revenues skyrocketed. The company was no longer small. It was becoming a national brand. Chapter 9. Challenges of Rapid Growth. Growth brought new challenges: managing a large team, maintaining quality, handling customer expectations. Mistakes were made. Systems broke under pressure. Some employees left. But the company learned quickly. They implemented better management systems, strong company culture, clear long-term vision. Chapter 10. Becoming a global company. After dominating the local market, the company expanded internationally. New markets meant different cultures, new competitors, unique challenges. But the core mission remained the same: empowering small businesses. Soon the platform was used in multiple countries. The company had gone from a garage startup to a global enterprise. Chapter 11. The Power of Vision. Looking back, Alex realized that success wasn't just about money or growth. It was about solving real problems, helping people succeed, staying true to the vision. The company continued to innovate, launching new features and services. Chapter 12. Lessons from the Journey. This story teaches powerful lessons. 1. Start small, think big. Every big company starts small. 2. Failure is part of success. Each failure is a step forward. 3. Persistence beats talent. Hard work and consistency win. 4. Build the right team. Great companies are built by great people. 5. Never lose your vision. Your purpose is your strength. Conclusion. From a small garage to a global empire, this is the story of belief, resilience, and growth. It's a classic USA-style success story where dreams are built through hard work, risks, and determination. And the most important message is this: anyone can start, but only those who refuse to quit will succeed. Part 2. Chapter 13. Culture defines the company. As the company expanded beyond 50 employees, Alex began to notice something critical. Growth wasn't just about numbers, it was about culture. In the early days, everyone worked side by side. Communication was easy, decisions were fast. But now, with teams forming and departments growing, things started to change. Some employees felt disconnected. Others were unsure about the company's direction. Alex realized, if we lose our culture, we lose everything. So, the company focused on building a strong internal culture. Open communication policies, weekly team meetings, transparent leadership decisions, recognition for hard work. They created a simple rule: respect people, solve problems, move fast. This became the backbone of the organization. Chapter 14. The Customer-First Revolution. While competitors focused on profits, Alex made a bold decision. We will focus on customers first. Profits will follow. The company introduced 24/7 customer support, personalized onboarding for new users, regular feedback collection. They didn't just listen, they acted. One small business owner once said, "This company doesn't treat me like a number, they treat me like a partner." That mindset created loyal customers, and loyal customers became the company's biggest promoters. Chapter 15. Innovation never stops. Many companies become comfortable after success, but not this one. Alex pushed the team to constantly innovate. New features added every month. AI-based tools introduced. Mobile apps developed. The company adopted a powerful mindset: if we don't improve, we fall behind. They even created an internal program called Fail Fast, Learn Faster. Employees were encouraged to experiment, even if it meant failing. Chapter 16. The crisis that changed everything. Just when everything seemed perfect, disaster struck. A major system failure caused the platform to go offline for 48 hours. Customers were furious. Social media was filled with complaints. Some businesses lost revenue. It was the biggest crisis in the company's history. Alex had two choices: hide and avoid responsibility, or face the problem head-on. Alex chose the second. He publicly apologized and promised to fix everything. The company compensated affected customers, upgraded infrastructure, and strengthened security systems. Surprisingly, this crisis made the company stronger. Why? Because they proved they cared, they took responsibility, and they improved. Chapter 17. Leadership Evolution. Alex was no longer just a founder. He had become a leader of hundreds. But leadership required change. In the beginning, Alex made every decision, controlled every detail. Now, that approach no longer worked. So Alex learned to delegate responsibilities, trust the team, focus on big-picture strategy. He also hired experienced executives to guide the company's growth. This shift transformed the company from a startup into a structured organization. Chapter 18. Entering the billion-dollar club. Years of hard work finally paid off. The company reached a valuation of $1 billion. It officially became a unicorn startup. But instead of celebrating too much, Alex told the team, "This is not the finish line. This is just the beginning." The focus remained on long-term growth, customer success, continuous innovation. Chapter 19. Expanding the vision. Initially, the company's mission was simple: help small businesses grow. Now, it expanded into something bigger: empower entrepreneurs worldwide. New services were launched: financial tools for small businesses, marketing automation systems, online education programs. The company was no longer just a platform. It became an ecosystem. Chapter 20. Competitors turn into partners. Interestingly, some competitors who once tried to defeat the company began to collaborate. Why? Because the company had built something powerful: trust, technology, brand value. Partnerships were formed with large corporations, financial institutions, global marketplaces. This created new opportunities and accelerated growth even further. Chapter 21. Giving back to society. With success came responsibility. Alex believed, a great company doesn't just make money, it makes a difference. The company started funding small startups, supporting education programs, donating to communities in need. They launched a foundation to help underprivileged entrepreneurs. This made the company not just successful, but meaningful. Chapter 22. The personal struggles behind success. While the company was thriving, Alex faced personal challenges: stress, long working hours, sacrificed personal life. There were moments of doubt and exhaustion, but Alex learned an important lesson: success without balance is not true success. So he began to take breaks, spend time with family, focus on mental health, leader, and a better person. Chapter 23. The Legacy Mindset. Years passed, and the company became one of the most respected names in the industry. But Alex started thinking beyond growth. What will be my legacy? The goal was no longer just success. It was impact. He began mentoring young entrepreneurs, sharing his journey, and inspiring others. Chapter 24. The Next Generation. The company started preparing for the future. New leaders were trained. Innovation teams were strengthened. Long-term strategies were developed. The idea was simple: the company should thrive, even without its founder. Chapter 25. The Ultimate Lesson. At the end of the journey, Alex reflected on everything, from a small garage to a global empire. The biggest lesson was, Success is not about where you start. It's about how far you're willing to go. From Garage to Global Empire, Part 3, Chapter 26, When Success Feels Empty. After reaching massive success, something unexpected happened. Alex felt empty. The company was thriving, millions of users, global recognition, massive revenue. But inside, Alex began to question everything. Is this all there is? What truly matters? This is something many successful entrepreneurs face, but few talk about. For years the focus had been growth, money, expansion. Now it shifted to purpose, meaning, impact. Chapter 27, Rediscovering Purpose. One day, Alex received an email from a small business owner. It read, "Your platform saved my business during the hardest time of my life. Because of you, I can feed my family." That message changed everything. Alex realized the company wasn't just about technology. It was about people's lives. From that moment, the mission became clearer than ever. We don't just build tools, we change lives. Chapter 28, The Second Reinvention. Great companies don't stay the same. They reinvent themselves. Alex announced a bold transformation. The company would evolve into a next-generation platform powered by advanced technology. This included smart automation tools, data-driven decision systems, personalized user experiences. But this transformation came with risk. High costs, uncertainty, fear of failure. Many employees were nervous. But Alex reminded them, if we don't evolve, we disappear. Chapter 29, Resistance and Internal Conflict. Not everyone agreed with the new direction. Some senior team members resisted change. This is too risky. We might lose everything we built. Tension grew inside the company. This was one of the hardest phases. Alex had to make tough decisions. Let go of people who couldn't adapt. Rebuild teams aligned with the new vision. It was painful, but necessary. Chapter 30, The Power of Adaptability. The transformation took time. There were setbacks. New features failed. Customers struggled to adapt. Revenue slowed temporarily. Critics began to question the company's future. But Alex stayed calm, because he understood one thing. Short-term pain leads to long-term gain. Slowly, the new system started working. Customers began to see the value. Growth returned, stronger than before. Chapter 31, Becoming an Industry Leader. After reinvention, the company didn't just compete, it led the industry. Other companies started following their model. The brand became known for innovation, trust, customer success. Wasn't just part of the market anymore. It was shaping the future of the market. Chapter 32, Global Influence. Governments, organizations, and entrepreneurs worldwide started recognizing the company's impact. The platform helped millions of small businesses, startups in developing countries, entrepreneurs with no resources. Alex was invited to speak at global events. His message was simple but powerful. Opportunity should not depend on where you are born. Chapter 33, The Dark Side of Growth. But success always comes with challenges. As the company grew, criticism increased. Competitors spread negativity. Media scrutiny intensified. Every decision was analyzed. Every mistake was amplified. This created pressure like never before. Alex had to develop mental strength to survive at the top. Chapter 34, Staying Grounded. Despite fame and success, Alex made a conscious decision. Never forget where I started. He often visited small businesses, startup communities, local entrepreneurs. These visits reminded him of the company's true purpose. Chapter 35, Building Future Leaders. Alex realized something important. A company is only as strong as its leaders. So he focused on developing people. Leadership training programs, mentorship opportunities, growth paths for employees. Many employees who started as juniors became leaders. This created a powerful internal ecosystem. Chapter 36. The Exit Question. As years passed, a big question arose. Should Alex step down? Investors suggested bringing in a new CEO, taking the company public, expanding leadership. Alex faced a difficult choice: stay in control or let go. Chapter 37. Letting go to grow. After deep thought, Alex made a bold decision. He stepped down as CEO. Not because he failed, but because he understood. Great leaders know when to step aside. A new CEO was appointed. Alex moved into a visionary role, focusing on long-term strategy, innovation, mentorship. Chapter 38. The company goes public. The company eventually went public. It became listed on the stock market. This was a historic moment. Employees became shareholders. Early supporters saw rewards. The company gained global credibility. But going public also meant more responsibility, more pressure, more accountability. Chapter 39. The True Meaning of Success. Years later, Alex looked back on the journey. Not at the money, not at the fame, but at the impact. Millions of people had started businesses, grown their dreams, changed their lives. And that was the real success. Chapter 40. Final Legacy Message. Standing in front of a new generation of entrepreneurs, Alex shared his final message. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be lucky. You just need to start and never stop. Part 4. Final Chapter. Chapter 41. A New Era Begins. After stepping down as CEO, Alex entered a completely new phase of life. For the first time in years, there was space to think. No constant meetings, no urgent crises, no daily pressure of running operations. But with that space came a powerful question. What should I build next? Not for success, but for meaning. Alex realized that life was no longer about building just one company. It was about building a lasting impact on the world. Chapter 42. The Mentor Phase. Alex began mentoring young entrepreneurs, not in large conferences, but in small rooms. Not with speeches, but with real conversations. He listened to struggling startup founders, students with big dreams, people afraid to take risks, and he told them the truth. Your biggest enemy is not failure, it's fear. These sessions began to change lives. Many of those young entrepreneurs went on to start companies, create jobs, build innovations. Alex's influence was multiplying, not through one company, but through people. Chapter 43. The Foundation of Change. To scale this impact, Alex created a global foundation. Its mission: help anyone, anywhere, start and grow a business. The foundation provided free education, startup funding, mentorship programs. It focused especially on underserved communities, developing countries, young dreamers with no resources. This became Alex's second great legacy. Chapter 44. The Unexpected Challenge. Just when everything seemed stable again, life presented a new challenge. Alex faced a serious health issue. Money and power meant nothing. The only thing that mattered was, then, time, family, life itself. This phase forced Alex to slow down, to reflect deeply, to understand what truly matters. Chapter 45. Redefining Life. During recovery, Alex came to a life-changing realization. We spend our whole life chasing success, but forget to live. After this, Alex changed priorities. More time with loved ones, less focus on stress, more focus on happiness. He still worked, but with a new mindset. Work to live, not live to work. Chapter 46. The Ripple Effect. Years passed. The company continued to grow, even without Alex running it daily. But something even more powerful was happening. The people Alex had helped were now helping others. Entrepreneurs became mentors. Employees became leaders. Students became innovators. This created a ripple effect across the world. One idea had turned into millions of opportunities. Chapter 47, The Final Speech. At a global event, Alex was invited to give a final keynote. The audience included entrepreneurs, business leaders, dreamers from around the world. Alex stood on stage, not as a CEO, but as a human being who had lived the journey. And he said, "I started in a garage with nothing but an idea. I failed more times than I can count. I doubted myself. I struggled. I sacrificed. But I kept going. And if there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You just need courage." The room was silent. Then it erupted into applause. Chapter 48, The True Definition of Wealth. At the end of everything, Alex understood something most people never do. Wealth is not money. Wealth is not power. Wealth is impact. It's the lives you change, the people you help, the difference you make. That is the only thing that lasts. Chapter 49, Full Circle. One day, Alex returned to the old garage, the same place where everything began. It was dusty, quiet, almost forgotten. But to Alex, it was sacred. Because that small space held big dreams, big struggles, big beginnings. He smiled and whispered, "This is where it all started." Chapter 50, The Final Message, Ultimate Ending. This is not just a story about a company. It's a story about starting with nothing, fighting through failure, building something meaningful, and most importantly, becoming someone who never gives up. Ultimate life lesson. If you remember anything from this story, remember this. You don't need money to start. You don't need connections to grow. You don't need luck to succeed. You need courage, consistency, and belief. Powerful final line. Dreams are not achieved by the lucky. They are achieved by those who refuse to quit. So remember, success is not about where you start. It's about how far you're willing to go. If you believe in your dreams, never stop chasing them. Thank you for being here, and see you.